I do love as well. Like it is a really small thing as well, but I do love the whole mechanic of everything being stuffed down the code. It is
Hmm.
very self-aware of point and click games because like you can have like the most ridiculous fucking inventory. Um,
It's like
there's only re-
GTA when you've got a fucking RPG and also fucking 6 machine guns in your thing, and he just like whips it out every time.
yeah, essentially like every video game protagonist has like a pocket dimension. Like
Yeah,
my favorite one is like I've seen like there's been some point of games where like you have like cats and dogs in your inventory, and like they're obviously all very self-aware at this point. I think it must have come up in like a Sierra game back in the day or something where you had like just something ridiculous in your inventory. So I've seen a certain games that get really creative in terms of like how to express this thing being put into your pocket. Um, the second Broken Sword game has George, while he's in his vacation gear, which is a yellow shirt and shorts, try and bring a massive theodolite with him, which is, if you're not too sure, is one of those tripody things that surveyors use to scope out a kind of like a landscape. So it's a big fucking camera with tripod essentially, and all you see him is like fold up the tripod and like split it all together and then just basically stuff it under his shirt. It's really really fucking funny. Um, the other one I've seen is where it's in one of the Discworld games, and Rincewind, who's the wizard in this kind of long red frock, we've done on the channel actually. And like the same thing, I think he has to bring a cat. I think he has a cat with him or a dog in his possession for some description. And yeah, he just basically just grabs cat under the frock, and that's it. It's just got never seen again. Like, but they also take the or I think it was like a heavy sword or something like that, and like he weighs him down for a while as well. Like it's just kind of creative shit like that is always recommended.
Now we need to get the chemicals.
Yeah, exactly. So what I was doing there while we were talking was demonstrating that you can't fill the balloon twice. So you can't put two chemicals in one and just stuff it down. You have to do two balloons. So I was very smart to try and do a lot of show don't tell on this playthrough. Because I've noticed that with full throttle I was literally just like, okay, let's just get this done quick. Whereas I tried to like, actually demonstrate why certain things don't work like the way they should. And also, this is me also trying to remember how to play the game by memory at some point. So, which when you're in your 30s and you have like real life things to do, trying to remember a game by muscle memory alone is trickier than it looks. Especially when everything is a fucking puzzle to solve.
Servers down again.
What else is new?
Small talk. I lost art.
It's what makes offices really the peak of human evolution, isn't it? Where like you are contractually obliged to communicate, but you don't have to. You don't really need to put effort into it. We can keep it strictly based.
Yeah.
I think that's the other end of Domino's message tube. If I could just
Manny's giving it away there, so that's the one that we want to get at. But the problem is this demon here is a dummy thick, and we can't get into the door. So
he's dummy thick, yeah.
Yeah.
This is their idea of a joke? They think it's funny? I'd like to jam their tubes with packing material. See how they like that?
So you're saying the server is down, is that it?
The server is not down. It's never down. It's just temporarily unavailable while I'm doing some maintenance, that's all.
So how long is it gonna be down?
With a job like this, you can never tell. Probably hours.
Or until no one's around to see you sneak out, eh?
Whichever comes first.
Who amongst us has not stuck some packaging foam down the chute?
They think this baby is going
Look,
to put them out
it's like when you're walking over a bridge and you got your phone in your hand.
You know, I really think
You know it's going to end badly.
It's clean enough to run, all right.
But do you
I'm
kind of want to just throw it in
fiddling
there
around
just to
to
see
be
what
safe.
happens?
You know, gotta cover my ass.
Yes.
I don't know what intrusive thoughts you get, Aaron, but I actually kind of like my possessions.
How'd you get
Is your
Like-
life that boring, Aaron?
No, it's intrusive thoughts. I found a TikToker who has intrusive thoughts, does videos with his mother. He's like, would you ever move out of the way? And he's like, I could kick her down the
Can I
stairs.
squeeze
I
in there
won't.
just
I
for a
could.
sec?
What would happen?
This is a
You're dead.
Fair,
highly
fair.
I could do
Yeah.
it.
No one's allowed
I could do
in
it.
here who
I
ain't
might do it.
me.
I don't know. No, I can't do it.
Special about
I
you?
could.
Like I could walk over there right now and slap Laura in the face with a fish. I shouldn't,
Yeah,
but I
You
could.
shouldn't, but you kind of want to see what happens, don't you? How bad is the beating I will get in my sleep?
And more specifically, what type of fish are you using?
Does
Because
the
if you're
pleasure
using-
justify the punishment? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I wanted to
I
ask
would
about
say like,
fish.
oh, bitch.
I got a lot of moves to flush here.
Hey,
What's that for?
me too. I'll let you go.
Exactly. So what you hit me for?
Bonus points for hitting him with a fish. Or hitting him like a fish, whichever qualifies.
Hitting them like a fish, yeah.
Yeah.
In betweener style, hitting them.
You're getting none of my dick tonight.
Trying to blow this joint sky high? That's a
So,
magnificent-
I love that Dave,
Sure,
like,
she's
what,
devastated.
Dave tried to make a fantastic joke there and then realized his wife isn't wearing headphones.
No, she was.
What?
It's-
Why would they
Oh,
It's
yeah, so
her
you did-
fucking. It's her hearing is like so sensitive.
Be full of hazardous waste.
See, she's got headphones on full blast. You can still hear me.
I can just imagine
Actually-
she's just sitting. What?
Actually, Dave, it's a terrible time to find out that she's actually on the Zoom call as well. She's actually been listening in this whole time. She's
Ah, right,
she's the
right,
producer
right.
for tonight. Yeah.
Nice sabotage work there, Johnson. I like it. I like it.
I'm trying to outsource as much as I can, Dave, because like running two channels is fucking is wearing me out here. You
Fair,
know? So
fair.
I need to, you know,
That red tube looks familiar.
like every now and then I actually do get to be producer rather than talent, and it's actually kind of exciting.
Cat's trying to get out the window. Well, no, she likes the wind on her nose, but still.
That's fair.
What is my wife doing, actually?
Tune in next week to find out what Laura is doing.
I could. The cat has become so bored, it has ran away from its master.
Hey, I'm still not.
I like the
getting
way
any
that you still
messages.
have that pointing to Laura, so it sounds like you're referring to her as the cat.
But you can't see my
Like most humans, felines can come in many shapes and patterns. Some quadrupeds, some bipeds. Cat is, of course, a way of life and a philosophy.
That 100 men versus one gorilla meme is dead now because Elon Musk talked about it, so that's gone. That was a fun ride. It was a good conversation there for a couple of days.
Musk really is that guy in the office that ruins the joke, isn't he? Like,
Yeah.
No, he
Like,
is
we
the
have-
office. That's the problem.
yeah. Like in fairness, like you have to say, like he really is the kind of true, like kind of like like symbol of like performative power. Like he is literally bought a social media site to get people to love him, and all he can do is just populate with bots that aren't even that good at telling him that he loves them.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like it is kind of funny in a sense. And now like he is like surrounded by sycophants, and even then they're kind of getting sick of him. Like it's he is literally the elf with no friends.
Apparently, people in the White House fucking hate him. Just,
Oh, I can imagine.
outright, just
Well, he's back. He's had to
despise
back off now because basically the big wigs at Tesla have said either leave your government job or you're sacked.
Yeah. It's almost like he's had a vested interest this whole time. Who could have seen that fucking backfire?
Like, he had a vested interest that's backfired. Like, he hasn't won from this.
No.
His mental health is worse. People keep mocking him, and his car company's going to fucking shit. Like, what did he win here? Like, what happened? Like, nothing happened. He's
know,
a
he's-
fucking idiot.
Do we count propping up a fascist state as winning? I mean, like he is kind of a bit of a Nazi, you know. Just saying.
No, Tesla's share price is up 2.15% today.
Yeah,
So-
but the revenues are down 70-odd%. So that 2% is like, oh,
Drop in
you
the
had
ocean.
two.
That's stabilizing.
You had €1, then it went down to 30 cents. There's another 2 cent. I mean, like,
Yeah,
it's,
I was gonna say like it's like, well, you know, yeah, essentially it's like well, you know, he hasn't said anything stupid today, so therefore we'll buy a little bit of stock. You know, that's essentially what that is.
My kid wants another balloon animal. Jeez.
I did enjoy the fact that people are shitting on the Democrats because they're not doing anything properly. And Chuck Schumer came up with the worst response to him. It's like, we've written him a strongly worded letter.
Oh, Jesus, relax there, shit. Oof. Oh, that'll teach him.
He's gotten a strongly worded letter, and that'll definitely show him. So we're all good now. God, I hope the AOC just goes for his Senate seat. I am almost begging her to do it. Because they need someone under the age of 50 to do something in there. You know what I mean? Under the age of 65 even.
So, just explaining the reason why we're doing this puzzle again is that after talking to the demon, two important things came out from that. One is that there was a slight fire when he did his job, and the fire extinguisher is a magnesium fire extinguisher. That's important because it is explosive when in contact with the packaging foam. That will come up later. The second thing then is when he is finished and we leave the room, he closes and locks the door behind him. So there's an important learning there.
Way of keeping the door open even after he closes it.
Aaron is correct. Yes, you need to change. You need to basically turn the.
I'm fucking paying attention now.
Do you know what? I think this is proof that the game is good. If Aaron's actually watching, like, also helps that we're also doing this on a night where Man United isn't playing. So we're actually kind of like working to our advantage here a little bit.
Man United don't play in Europe, so
that's true. Yeah. But they won't be next season, so
No, absolutely not. No, they don't like being in Europe. It's one of those things where they've been there once or twice every couple of years. Yeah, it does. It gets in the way. It gets in the way of the glorious failure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like the real reason for United is
a second title in
110%, Jonathan. Like we won the 20th league title there the other day. You know, we've won the 20th Premier League title, and United are just sitting there from 14 going.
You've won your 20th what?
League title.
We have the same amount of league titles. Yes,
which means you do not have anything to go, we're better than you.
Well, I want to be a fucking stickler and go, don't we have more FA Cups than he and league?
Servers down again.
No, we have more league cups.
Oh, I'm actually not too sure about that, I think you have more FA Cups, but I think we definitely trounced you with league.
You have more league. You have more league. I think you have the most, don't you?
The most important statistic here is that we are the most successful club in English football.
By a cup. By one trophy.
That's all it takes, Aaron.
I'm finally glad that you actually finally got to fucking get your second league title in 30 years.
I've just locked an
good
open
for you,
door.
I guess.
Strange, yet symbolically compelling. Hey,
Okay, let me have a look here. So, yes. So according to both tied for domestic honours, which they count as the Premier League and First Division. So both on 20. When it comes to FA Cups, Liverpool have 8. Manchester United have 13. The League Cup, it's 10-6 to Liverpool. So if you're to combine them, you're saying 18 to 19. So Man United would have the advantage over domestic cups.
But it's the European, I think, is where you actually fucking hammers.
Not even remotely close. It's like 6 Champions Leagues to 3, 3 Europa Leagues to 1, and we don't count the Super Cups, so they're a lot of shite. But 1 apiece when it comes to Club World Cups. So there you go. So,
which was never relevant anyway.
But technically speaking, yes, Liverpool are now the most successful English team by 1 because of that Premier League title. Well, again, you could be, if you win the Europa League, that makes it 69 again. So,
too much air pressure.
Okay, so
I still think, by the way, but I am paying attention to this, so I know he's gonna get something out to kind of catch up. But I still think we could win the Europa League because with the league done mentally, physically, and like we're not getting relegated, we can only go. What? We can only go to 2 places higher than where we are right now. It's not like we can crack the top 10 to try to at least go, well, it wasn't that bad. It's a full strength team going out in Europe. I think that's doable to win the Europa League. But we have to come out of that Bilbao game without losing by more than 1 at the very least. Because if we go into the second leg 2 down, cooked. Fucking cooked.
The problem
Aaron.
with United is, I think what United's great advantage is that like literally no one knows what's going to show up. Not even United. Like that's the same. They are just such a complete disaster class of a team that like every now and then the stars will align. Again, they're like Spurs in a way. Like the Spurs are terrible 9 times out of 10, but that one time they're fucking brilliant, and it's exactly what they need. But the thing is that like if the Europa League final is Man United versus Spurs for a spot in the Champions League, I genuinely think that again, correct, like feel free to indulge me here, but that's a bad thing for football for me, because you got two teams who are objectively terrible at domestic level, who would not like if the Europa League wasn't there, if they were say in a different competition, they wouldn't have got this get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
So based off domestic performance alone and just overall team performance, they do not deserve a European bailout for all intents and purposes.
We had this very intense conversation about this the other day with all my Cork friends.
Yeah.
Because my friend Antonio was just like, it's bullshit that they can finish 16th, 17th and still somehow get into the Champions League next year. And basically the argument was that one, that's not the team's fault. That's just the way stuff is already in. I think if you do win the Europa League, you should be in the Champions League the next year. But if Man United manage to go through the entire Europa League and win it undefeated, that's more deserving to get into the Champions League than I think anything. Because that is a tall ask to go completely undefeated in European competition, especially with the new league system that's into. I think it's incredibly
not really unheard of. In fairness, like it's
like, not.
Chelsea were there as well, and then they lost one. Like
with the league system, I think it's going to be harder to do an undefeated European campaign for the future.
I'll pull you up on that in a sense, because I think it's again, it's a little bit differently when you were okay. Do you know what? Man United are the best example of this. Chelsea are the best example of this. Look at what Chelsea were playing against in the Conference League. They went to Kazakhstan. They were playing Shamrock Rovers. And again, as a Rovers season ticket member, I can tell you, we weren't going to stand a fucking chance against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Even this tedious, painful-looking fucking Enzo Maresca team, which is genuinely, like, I think they play really, really bad football, and it's only getting worse. We weren't going to stand a chance against a team that is physically and technically far superior than us. That was the level they were playing at. And again, it's essentially a random draw in terms of who you were facing. So if you kind of extrapolate that back to Europa League, again, Manchester United still purport themselves to be a Champions League team or a Big Six or whichever way you want to call it, same as Spurs. And the biggest competition they have had would be what? Lyon, Roma, Bilbao now you'd probably say, who are like really rightful winners of the championship if you're going based off like team strength. But again, that's not how this competition works. Yeah. They have to because everything is so awkward and being played on Thursdays, you basically like do have to sacrifice one for the other. It shouldn't have to be a case of like of a Sophie's choice of what do you want to prioritize. But of course, that's the double-edged sword of having like so many games now in both competitions. Like you really can't win between the two of them, you know. But no, even by principle, like it's say like again, the final is in Bilbao, and you can't tell me that a purely Basque team will not want to play through fucking absolute fire to win a tournament in their own stadium. Like that's something that not only like not even for the Spanish, but that's just for the Basque alone. They will relish that, you know.
Yeah.
And again, also helps the Bilbao actually play really, really delightful, really good football. Like they are actually quite a good team, and they have a bit of a plan.
Aaron, trivia question for you.
Yeah.
Without using Google, who were the last team to win the UEFA Cup before it was rebranded to the UEFA Europa League?
I think I know this one.
When was it rebranded?
Europa League.
When?
I don't know if I should give him this clue, Jonathan. Should I?
Go for it. Because I'm actually not sure myself. I sent you my guess there.
Right, so the first time it was ever the UEFA Europa League was 09-10.
So 09-10.
So I'm looking for the 08-09 winner.
So who do we have I'm going to work this off of my Prem knowledge. Who would have been in that tournament from the Prem around that point?
I'm here to ease your pain.
Guess they couldn't save me, huh?
No.
Bolton? Were they in at that point? Was that the kind of mad series of years where Bolton won it and Middlesbrough won it and Fulham had a fucking run to the final.
Meche, I can see it in your face.
I don't know.
That
one that one I don't know. Go on, tell me.
You don't know? You give it up?
I think maybe a Turkish team. I think Fenerbahce won it that late in the 2000s.
No.
Did Gala win it that late in the 2000s?
Nope. If you give up, I'll tell you. Cork City were actually in the first round of that tournament, first qualifying round of that tournament.
Quite a bit, considering I've told you nothing.
Yeah, that was only the time that we had some weird fucking...
Very little.
Portsmouth, Everton and Spurs were in that
Portsmouth, Everton and Spurs.
first round.
The FA Cup.
Me of it once.
Really?
But it wasn't my fault. That puppy followed me out of the store.
Oh,
Sophia?
mean to animals?
No.
Oh no.
Although it's not a bad guess given that era.
Yeah. No, I was thinking it was one day Ramos in charge of Spurs at that point.
What year was the rebrand, Dave?
09-10.
So it would have been 08-09 would have been the year.
Yeah, it would have been the year I'm looking for. I'm looking for that winner. If you don't know, tell me.
Ever cheated on your
Yeah, I was gonna say Middlesbrough, but that's too late.
No ring on my finger.
No, Middlesbrough didn't win it. They lost in the final.
I guess you'll just
Yeah.
have to
Didn't
trust
Actually,
me
was
then.
it Braga? No, not Braga.
Nope.
Oh, Manny.
No, it
Is
wasn't
that
that. No, I was
the
thinking of
best
the
you can
when was the final in Ireland, in Dublin. That was
That was 10-11.
Give me some
Yeah.
dirt.
do? Well,
That was
I
Braga
could
and
use
Porto,
something
I
bad
believe.
right
All
now.
Portuguese
That
final.
would help.
Wouldn't
Yes.
count. Sorry.
Give up. Ready?
Never killed anybody.
I have to confess. I
Yeah, go
never
for it.
Yeah, go on.
killed anybody.
Shakhtar Donetsk.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Oh,
Fancy
oh.
bit of killing.
Maybe
Was
I
that
just
before or
wasn't
after
ready.
they started poaching on the Brazilian
Give
talent?
up.
Don't
That
say
was during.
Manny.
They would have had probably the
During.
Yeah, they would
During.
have had the likes of Douglas Costa and Fernandinho on that team.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they've been doing that for years, though. In fairness, that's how Brazilian teams get into Europe
Yeah.
because there's no work permits in for the Ukrainian league.
But I have to go straighten this mess out.